You know what's funny about life in this day and age? Something that I've learned personally. You can meet an individual and you can communicate with her and you can date this individual and you can be completely honest with them. Completely honest. Let them know that you're dating, that you're seeing people, that you're communicating, that whatever else you can possibly do, you're doing it. And that will be a problem for a great percentage of women in society. For whatever reason. It's like the truth has no substance. And it's almost as if they have a problem with that, at least the people that I'm referring to have a problem with that. And they're doing the exact same thing. I can never understand that. It's almost like women want you to be solely intertwined with them while they're doing the exact same thing that 99% of men lie to them about doing. Craziest stuff in the world to me. I don't know why. It's like they would prefer, or I'll say they'll accept, a man lying to them to stroke their ego, to make their palate comfortable to lay up on, as opposed to a man being completely honest, letting you know what's going on, not leading you into the blind, and just being completely upfront with you. But that's just the way the world is. And here's the crazy thing. At some points in time, I assume that if you're attractive enough to a woman, she'll accept whatever it is. Like, if a woman is attractive enough to a man, he will accept just about anything from this woman to a degree. And it's just like, I see so much going on in the world until it's just not even funny. It's like, you have these women that want to be taken out, done this for, done that for, and these guys are complete strangers. And here's another, and they never take the time out to think, well, damn, if he's doing all of this for me, then whoever else he's dating, he's doing that for them too. I can understand that you getting you, it don't matter. I can understand that. But when it does matter and you're literally trying to build something, is that not something to think about? How special are you as an individual if this man is doing the exact same thing with everyone else? He's not actually trying to get to know you. He's placing up a facade to take your mind away from where he's inadequate at and placing your mind on his financial means, which is one of the greatest cover-ups in the world for men. But most people don't want to hear the reality of life for whatever reason. You know, I can go on and on and on and on and on about, you know, life and what men do and what women do. Like, women use their body and their feminine wow. Most men in this day and age use their financial gains. My question to those brothers is, what do you do when you run across a woman who doesn't need these things, who's self-sufficient, who can take care of herself, who has a strong foundation, and she comes from a strong background. And she's been taught how to stand on her own and never let someone place her in a situation to where she needs to need or want anything from a man that she doesn't even know mentally or on an emotional level. Those times have changed and they are almost extinct. And in this day and age, it's like you can either get with the program or you can become an outcast in most cases. So I come from a different background. For those of you that know me, you know where I come from. For those who don't, I can break that down to you in the future. You stay tuned. I'll post more. But the way things are going on in life right now, I mean, man, I can imagine what it'll be in a couple of years from now. And here's something I want you to think about, ladies. If you have sons, nephews, men in your family that you love, I want you to think about that son that you love so much that you would die for, that you would go up and above and beyond for, to take care of that child and make sure that that child has everything he needs. How would you feel if he met a woman and everything that that woman had or wanted from him or deemed value from him had something to do with his financial means? I myself, I'm not one of those guys, you know, and if you know me, you know what I mean and where I'm coming from. But to the ones that are, you know, I mean, it's something to think about. Would you want all your hard-earned time, money, and success and love that you've put into your son to be the best that he can possibly be, to meet this woman who looks at him as he's just only a meal ticket for the time being, or for whatever reason it may be, for the long haul or whatever? She claims that she's genuinely in love with him, but she doesn't want to sign a prenup. But she loves him for who he is. If he can't take her out to eat or someplace nice, he has no value to her. What would you do and how would you feel if that was your son? Would you deem that to be right? Would you deem it to be fair to the child that you gave birth to and that you've taken care of and picked him up off his feet when he's fallen and carried him for however many months? That child that you've cooked for, prepared meals for, paid bills for, helped him through whatever. Even as an adult and a grown man, you've still carried him when he's fallen. And I'm more than sure that same child, when he truly loves you and truly accepts you for who you are, and he's seen all the hard work and time and effort that you've put in to his life, that child turns around and takes care of you. And he loves you. And he goes above and beyond for mama. There's nothing in the world that he would do for mama. All these women that have sons and they treat their sons like that and they raise their sons like that, you're teaching your son how to be a man and how to love a woman. But you're also teaching him how a woman should love a man. So if you're teaching your son that's how a woman should love a man, then why is it so important for a man to do all these things and you don't even know him? My mother used to always say, people in this day and age don't give up nothing for free. If a man is trying to take you out somewhere and wine and dine you and do all these things and he doesn't even know you and you're a complete stranger, he wants something for free. He wants something in return. My apologies. Not for free. He wants something in return, because nothing is for free in this day and age, partially. I tell people all the time, when you meet men like this, when you meet women like this, you're like a purchase. When you purchase a new item, first year has a good run, second year may have a good run. But after the first year, there's a new model in most cases. It's a new model. When that new model comes out, if they're willing to spend that money and go beyond to get that item, when the new one comes out and it's more shinier and it's more prettier and it does more things, 99.9% of the time, if that item serves one purpose and that one purpose only, and the new model does more, and it only does more than what the old version did, and it has no sentimental value or connection to it, they're going to trade it for the upgrade. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to place value upon yourself so that you will not be the upgrade. Stop letting these men lie to y'all and tell y'all that if a man isn't doing this or if he isn't doing that, he's not a real man, he's not a good man. Men provide for what and who they love. Women provide and sacrifice for who and what they love as well. That's supposed to be something special. In all fairity, you're dating, you're getting to know each other. You carry your weight and that individual carries their weight, his weight. Get to know each other first before you start making all these extravagant exchanges, because you never know what you have. And that's why a lot of women get caught up in the rapture with so many men trading sides on them for new women, because it's how you come into the situation. And this is why so many men find so many women that are willing to trade sides on them for the guy with a bigger bankroll, because it's how you come into the picture. You are what you attract. I had to learn that a long time ago. When I was living the life that I lived, all I socialized with were those type of people in that environment. And like I said before, in time I'll get into that if you're willing to listen. But that's all I attracted, was those type of people that I socialized with in that environment that I lived in. Now that I've changed my life around, I attract squares, you know. Sometimes I attract a lot of squares that are on some hobo shit, but I attract squares. When I'm in the business field, I attract business-minded people. In my personal life, now that I'm living a square life, I attract a lot of squares, which is a good thing. But a great deal of people straddle the fence, and they don't know if they want to live a square life or intermingle with some of the streets and some of a square life. And it's just crazy how the world works. And nobody wants to accept reality. Most men and women want to accept things the way they want it to be. And it's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing. If you live like that, then you have to keep in mind what comes with the way that you live your life. For everything that we do, there's a consequence and a repercussion. Whether it be dating, whether it be hustling, whether it be working, whether it be in love. Everything has a consequence. So you have to think about what you present to the world and what you will receive back. I have this saying, you get what you advertise for in life. Car salesmen, they sell cars. They attract people that want to buy cars. Dog breeders breed dogs. They attract people that want to purchase dogs. Gun dealers sell guns. They attract people that want to buy firearms. Prostitutes sell sex. They attract men that want to buy sex. Men that advertise finance attract people that want finances. Food for thought. Say, God gives you wisdom and knowledge. It's up to you to use it. They say if you want to hide something, put it in a book. And people will completely bypass it. Write it down. They'll completely bypass it. If it's too much to read, 75% of the people will overlook it. And they'll say, oh, that's too much to read. And they'll bypass it. And you can miss key factors and major gems in life. They say that if you give a man something free, he'll take it and dog it out. But if you make him work for it, or if you make her work for it, she'll value it. He'll value it like never before and take care of it and treasure it for as long as he possibly can. There's so much going on in life. So much. And we never take the time out to think about things that aren't going our way. We just want everything to go our way, and we don't take the time out to think about the consequences or anything. Well, as old people used to say, if you make your bed hard, a lot of times you have to lay in it. It's a sad story, and you never think about it until you're actually lying in it. And by that time, it's too late. You know? But, hey, I hope y'all have a blessed night. Till again.